In this video, you will know what are the 7 basic dog commands to teach. Step-by-step guide. If you have just adopted a new puppy, then you must teach your puppy 7 basic commands to socialize him. There are 6 standard commands to learn in the beginning: come, sit, down, stay, heel, stand and release. Where do you start training? Coaching sessions should last only 2 to 5 minutes, which is about the length of your pup's attention span. The crucial thing is to exercise every day and never hurry to go to the next exercise. You do not set the speed of learning, your puppy does. When you start puppy or dog training, you should choose a good quality training treat and reward. These treats and rewards will add excitement to your puppy's training journey and make the puppy feel like he has done some good work. Rewards are divided into 3 forms: treats, pats, and verbal praise. Before teaching a command to a puppy, make sure that the puppy responds immediately when his name is called. If you have recently adopted a puppy, the first thing you should do is teach the dog to respond to his name. So, how to train your puppy to respond to his name? After determining the puppy's name, teach your new puppy to associate himself with that name. The purpose of keeping the name is to let the puppy know that whenever you want to get the puppy's attention towards you, you will use the puppy's name. Whatever puppy is doing, whenever you call puppy's name, puppy should turn towards you or run. Before teaching your new puppy commands like stay, sit, come, you need to teach them to react to the puppy's name. If your puppy isn't focusing on you when his name is called, you certainly won't be able to train him further successfully. That's why it is vital to call and give orders to a puppy by his name at the beginning of basic puppy training. If you want your puppy to follow your orders, start giving the puppy commands in his name from day 1. While giving food or bathing the puppy, always call the puppy by his name. When puppy's name is called, again and again, he will learn to become familiar with the sound of the word. Along with this, doggy will also learn to associate its name with a command. After getting used to puppy's name training, he will run to you whenever you call him by his name. You can use the rewards to make the name training effective. During training, keep in mind that the puppy's name is associated with remarkable and enjoyable things, not initial mistakes. For example, the puppy's mistake of chewing sandals, shoes, or slippers out of ignorance. Situations like this register a wrong impression in the dog's mind, believing that every call of his name is the time to be called back off. Do not scold or punish your puppy if the puppy does not respond quickly to you. This dog name training is a slow process, and you have to be patient to teach your dog to respond to his name. Puppies are often distracted by new objects, so it is best to use a leash to keep the puppy under control during training. Do not call puppy in a threatening tone or anger during training, it can harm puppy's mind. Always call puppy's name in a soft and happy voice. Call out the puppy's name happily and use some enthusiastic words like nice boy or nice puppy to praise him. Associate the puppy's name only with happy situations and have patience and consistency during training. After teaching your dog's name commands well, you should now start teaching your puppy 7 basic commands. Let's start with the sit command, whereby whenever you tell your puppy to sit, the puppy must immediately sit down at your command. First, buy your puppy's favorite treat before teaching the sit command to your dog. Let's begin to teach your dog to sit command. This is a straightforward practice, but be sure not to do any puppy training when your puppy is tired. How do we get started? By introducing the command sit. Start by giving your puppy the treat he loves. Keep your puppy's attention and let him know that you've got treats in your hands. Place the treat right above his nose, so that he is able to gaze at it. Take a moment while holding your hand and your puppy will begin to lower his hindquarters, and then go to a sitting position. Once he has moved into the right position, and is in the correct position, give him the command sit. Be sure to praise him and then give him treats. Repeat this procedure, Sit the command a few times and then play. If your puppy isn't quick to master the skill, you'll have to offer him a helping hand. It is a long process for any kind of training, so be patient. If your puppy is unable to know what you're trying to convince him to do, try this. Try again using the treat you hold in your hands if he isn't able to sit, then gently press his hindquarters to get him to sit. While you gently apply the pressure onto his back, you can use the command sit and then reward him with treats when he settles down. You can repeat the procedure, and if he does not sit immediately, gently press him once more. Next, try a second time, and repeat the procedure over and over. You'll find that your puppy will master the sit command in a short time. Try using sit during meal times and place the bowl of food close to your puppy's head and request that he sit. If it is done, you can then give your puppy his food to reward him. It is possible to practice your sit commands various situations, and when you are done, ensure you give him an incentive and plenty of praise. Once he is accustomed to the sit command, you won't need to lure him in with an indulgence. After your dog has mastered the sit command, your following command is the down command that your puppy has to learn. The down command is just as crucial to a puppy as any other command. It establishes you as a leader in your dog's relationship with you. The down command is a special command in which the puppy is lying and you stand on top of the dog for a long time. In this down command, the dog sits on its stomach. This command is essential when you go to the market or where a group of children is playing. While teaching the down command to the dog, start with easy steps and gradually make the steps difficult. Let's start teaching puppy to a down command, without collar. Order puppy to sit, which you have already taught puppy. Try to attract the dog's attention by placing the dog's reward treat at a distance from the dog's nose. When the puppy's attention is entirely on the reward treat, then slowly move the reward treat to the ground. As soon as the puppy's stomach gets attached to the ground, feed the puppy by showing the reward treat between both the legs. While feeding the dog a reward treat, praise the dog and repeat this training repeatedly. In the second step, you have to verbally add the reward treat and the down command. Make sure to speak your command down with dog name clearly before you start carrying the reward treat towards the ground. This action will add a new command to your dog's brain. Repeating this training repeatedly will cause the puppy to follow your down command without the reward treat. Continue increasing this down command training challenge so that the dog becomes proficient in the down command. Teaching down command to dog with technique number 2, with collar. After putting the dog on its favorite collar, stand next to the dog. While speaking the down command to the dog, hold its leash and gently pull it towards the ground. Simultaneously, with light hands, gently press the back of the puppy towards the ground. Keep in mind that you have to say the down command first so that the puppy can remember the spoken words of the command. Apart from this, you can also teach this command by pulling the dog's front legs forward while speaking the down command to the dog. When the dog sits on its stomach on the ground, praise it and feed the reward treat to the dog. This will make the dog feel that he has done some good deed. Repeating this down command training repeatedly will help the puppy remember your verbal command. To master this command, keep increasing the training time. You will need patience and consistency when training this down command to a puppy. Next command to teach is come command. So how to train a puppy to come. The come command is also an important command that your puppy should know. Under the come command, whenever you call your puppy by his name, he should come to you immediately. First, select the best and favorite reward treat for the dog. Choose a quiet place to train the puppy in the come command, so that your puppy can fully concentrate on your order. So let's start teaching puppy the come command. First of all, you should stand at some distance from the puppy. Lean to the same height as the puppy. From the very beginning, keep in mind that while walking, do not use words like come or come here. This type of order will confuse your puppy. Use the come command only to have the puppy come to you. This come command is also vital because whenever your puppy ignorantly goes near something dangerous, you can use the come command to save his life. Being on par with your puppy will allow your puppy to concentrate more on your commands. After this, call the dog with his name towards you in an enthusiastic voice. If your dog is not responding to your voice, you can use the dog's favorite toys and take his attention towards you. You can also use reward treats to teach the puppy the come command. Showing puppy reward treat or toy, call puppy towards you by adding his name with the come command. You can also turn this technique into a game to increase puppy's interest in learning commands. Show puppy the reward treat and use the come command. When puppy comes close to you, then immediately run in the other direction. When the puppy catches you, then feed him a reward treat. By this, you will make this training into a fun game. Using this technique every day, your puppy will respond quickly to the come command. After a few weeks, train the puppy in this command by standing in one place. Stand in one place and use the same come command with the puppy's name. You can use toys or treats to attract the puppy's attention. If your puppy follows the come command properly, give him a treat or toy. Make training a little tricky once puppy is proficient in this training. You go to another room and call the puppy by his name. No matter how long the puppy takes to react, he obeys the come command. Feed the puppy treats and praise him. It is not an easy task for a puppy to learn any command. A puppy is an animal, it is not like humans. Therefore, do not punish or scold the puppy for not following the command. Your negative behavior will harm the dog's mind. You have to have patience and consistency to train the dog. It's a good idea to teach a puppy the stay command in a series of dog commands. But what is the stay command, and what does the dog learn in it? In the stay command, you teach your dog to stay still in one place. Your puppy is held in one place in this command until you give him the release command. Please remember, don't let the stay command confuse the dog with the sit and stand commands. So, how to teach a puppy the stay command? Before teaching puppy the stay command, make sure that puppy has potty. Along with this, you should have reward treats for the puppy. Take your dog on a leash in a quiet environment. You must take the proper steps to teach the commands from the beginning. Otherwise, this training can be challenging and frustrating. That is why it is essential to have a good understanding between you and the dog. Use hand gestures to teach the puppy the stay command. It has been proved that dogs learn commands quickly by the signals of human hands. Try to teach the dog the stay command with hand signals. To mark a correct stay command, raise your arm in front of you until it's about shoulder width apart. Along with this, open the palm of your hand slightly and extend it towards the dog. Always use the palm of your hand and the verbal stay word when teaching a dog the stay command. Using the palm of your hand will help your dog learn the stay command more quickly. So what's the proper way to teach a dog the stay command? Let's start. First, bring the dog to the sit position. Stand a few steps back from the dog's position and show the stay sign with the hands to the dog and say the word stay. You can also use a small treat piece to attract the dog's attention to your palm. Observe the dog's reaction to your hand showing the sign stay and the word stay. If the dog moves from its place in response, try again. It can be a little difficult to teach this stay command in the beginning, but with consistent efforts, you can teach your dog the stay command. But if your dog stays in his place after saying the stay command, then feed the dog a reward treat and praise the dog by saying good dog. Increase the distance and duration to improve further the dog's training of the stay command. Practice the stay command by taking the dog to different places such as the park, around the house, at a friend's house or in the garden. It would be best to teach your dog the following command is the stand command. Under the stand command, the dog is taught to stand on all four legs. Whenever you give the dog a stand command, the dog immediately stands on its legs. So how to teach a dog the stand command with the proper technique? Make sure you have taught your dog the command sit, down, and stay. Once the dog has mastered the above command, teaching the stand command will be easier. You can choose any location to teach the dog the stand command, as no movement is required to teach this command. However, you are always advised to choose a quiet place to teach the dog any command. In a quiet place, the dog will be able to understand your commands more quickly and will be able to concentrate more on your commands. So let's start teaching the dog the stand command. Take a reward treat in your hand and call your dog, but do not show the reward treat to the dog. Order the dog to sit position and bring the treat near the dog's nose. After this, you slowly move the reward treat upwards. If the dog rises and stands on all four legs, call the stand command in response to this action. If the dog responds correctly, feed the dog a reward treat. Also, praise the dog by petting it and saying "good dog." If your dog does not respond, do not give the reward treat to the dog until the dog responds correctly to your stand command. With your consistent efforts and patience, you will surely be successful in teaching the dog the stand command. Repeat this training daily until your dog responds correctly to the stand command. After the dog has learned the stand command, gradually stop giving the dog reward treats. Instead of a reward treat, encourage the dog by patting and praising the dog. Please don't risk the dog teaching two commands at once, it's too early. As a result, your dog may be confused. When you are command training a dog, please do not punish the dog for his mistakes. Do not teach commands to the dog in a loud voice during training, the dog can take it negatively. Be patient during training as dogs often make mistakes during dog training. Teach your dog heel command. The dog is trained in the heel command, under which it learns to follow along with you. Under this heel command, the dog's attention is entirely on you. The heel command is helpful in many situations, such as walking on a busy sidewalk or preparing to participate dog for a dog competition. The heel command is different from a regular walk. In a regular walk, the dog is given a chance to observe the surrounding environment. Under the heel command, you teach the dog to stay near or slightly behind your feet and walk. How to teach a dog the heel command? For this, you will need reward treats. Take the reward treat in your hand and let the dog follow your hand while showing the reward treat. When your dog follows your hand well, feed him a reward treat. Under the heel command, the dog walks with you, so it is entirely up to you which side you want to keep the dog. Apart from this, the dog's body should not go beyond your feet in the heel command. If the dog is going ahead of your feet initially, do not reward him with treats. If you rectify the dog's mistakes initially, it will be good, otherwise, such errors become a dog's habit. After choosing which side to place the dog on when teaching the heel command, bring the dog to your desired side. Let's say you have decided to train your dog to walk on your right side. So, showing the treat to the dog, bring the dog to the right side of your leg and order it to sit or stand. When the dog has reached the correct position, feed him a small piece of reward treat. The next important step is to verbally teach the dog the heel command. When your dog is well on its way to chasing the reward, You now need to teach the dog to move forward while remaining in control. Take a small piece of the reward treat in your hands, but be careful to keep the hand slightly behind your body so that your dog does not cross your body. Say heel with the command puppy's name and stop after taking a step forward. Feed the dog a reward treat if it stops on your right side. If it goes beyond your body, do not reward the dog and do this step again. Increase your step count when the dog responds correctly to the heel command. Also, say the command heel with the dog's name so that it can remember the order. Also, praise the dog with words, such as nice dog or nice boy. Use a dog leash if your dog gets distracted quickly by the things around it. If the dog pulls you forward while wearing the leash, show him the reward treat and bring him to the correct position. In the next step, you have to walk for a long time and place the dog behind your body while showing the reward treat in your hands. When the dog responds correctly by saying the heel command, feed small pieces of the treat as you walk and praise him verbally. Say the heel command in the dog overtaking and bring the dog to the correct position. You will have to repeat this training repeatedly until the dog has mastered the heel command. When your dog becomes proficient in following you with your steps on your right side by saying the heel command, the next step is to increase your walking speed and teach the dog to follow you when you take a turn. Give the dog a reward treat only if it responds correctly to the heel command. Gradually increase the interval of giving reward treats. As we have told you earlier that you have to maintain patience and consistency while teaching the command to the dog. It is essential to teach the dog the release command like any other command. Before teaching a dog release command, you should know what a release command is and what is the importance of this command. By teaching commands to dogs, we try to make them obedient and social creatures. The release command is a verbal cue that the dog is free from the current command. We use the release command by combining other commands such as sit, down, or stand commands. Commands make the dog obedient. Similarly, the release command teaches the dog to differentiate between when to obey and when to release from a command. If you don't teach the dog the release command, your dog will likely feel free from the current command after eating the treat. Therefore, whenever you start teaching a command to a dog, you must prepare it with the combination of the release command. For example, if you are teaching the stay command or the sit command, then you must train the release command to free the dog from the current command, so that your dog can differentiate between the two commands. When the dog is in command and when the dog is free from the current command. By this, your dog will be able to differentiate between the two commands, how long to follow the given command and when to free itself from the given command. The release command should be used in the right circumstances, such as before feeding the dog, when releasing the dog from the leash in the park, when leaving the dog to play. This command gives you more control over the dog, like ordering the sit command before the guest enters the house and the release command to allow a dog to meet the guests. How to teach a dog the release command. Choose a good release cue before teaching the dog the release command, such as OK, break, go, or free. You should keep the release cue the same and not change it again from the beginning of teaching the release command to the dog. Otherwise, your dog will remain confused by that command. Take a reward treat for a dog before teaching a release command. In addition to the reward treat, the dog must be trained in the primary sit, stay, and down commands. Some dogs learn to repeat the release command 2 or 3 times, while others may need to repeat the training 15 to 20 times to teach the release command. Anyway, let's start. Let's say you have selected your release cue word like free. Take a dog reward treat in your hand. Order the dog to get into the sit position. Let the dog remain in this position for some time and wait for a while. Say free to the dog with the release command and move back a bit while showing the treat. Apart from this, you can also move your hand to the right or left. When the dog comes towards the direction of your hand, then feed the dog a reward treat. Repeat this training repeatedly until your dog understands the difference between the sit and free commands. After the dog is proficient in this training, you must replace the sit command with the stay command. For example, first, say the stay command and use the free command after some time. Train your dog by combining the free command with all basic commands. Gradually increase the interval between the primary command and the release command. After this, you have to train the dog by increasing and decreasing the interval between the two commands. With this, the dog will differentiate between the two commands completely and respond immediately. I hope you found this video helpful as a dog or puppy owner. Please share and subscribe to our channel if you like this video and press the bell icon. You can also visit our website for written information. www.dogtoysandaccessories.com. Thank you, and stay safe.